Hey there, my name's Sydney and welcome to another episode of HP's Inspiration is Printastic. On today's episode, we're going to be making a really cool craft that is the perfect solution for beating any kind of boredom. Actually, it even says so in the name. That's right, today we're making board games. As always, to get into this game, there's a few supplies you're going to need, so I hope you got your trusty scissors, a great glue stick, and some crayons, colored pencils, and markers. You're also going to need to download the board game printables from the HP Printables website. All the links to the PDF templates used in today's episode are going to be in the video description box below. And as always, please make sure you get permission from an adult before you go online or print anything. All right, it's game time. Now, I'm sure most of you have played one or two board games in your life. And even though every board game is a little bit different, most of them have a few things in common. A theme like candy or life or snakes and ladders, for instance. A board, of course, with a start and finish. And some rules for the players like how to take turns, how to move their pieces around the board, what to do if they land on a special space, and how to keep score. Now in today's episode, get ready. I'm going to be teaching you how to make your very own board game. That's right, the design is completely up to you. And guess what else? So are the rules. Just like everything here at Inspiration is Printastic, we're only in it to have fun. So it's up to you to make any rules that you want. Or don't make any at all. Doing that will really mess with your adults. Trust me. The first thing you're gonna need is the base layer of your board game. The Printastic library has a ton of awesome background landscapes to choose from. Oceans, deserts, outer space, and more. So pick whichever one looks cool to you. You can even mix and match. I think I'm gonna choose this space-themed one right here. Now to assemble the base of your board game. Each themed background set includes 6 pieces of paper. Top left, top middle, top right, and you guessed it, bottom left, bottom middle, and bottom right. You're gonna wanna print these all out and trim around the edges so they fit together, just like this. If you really want to make a super strong board game, I'd recommend you grab a piece of cardboard or Bristol board and glue them onto that. Ask an adult to help you pick out the perfect piece for your game board. Now, I just started mine a little bit earlier, so I've only got one piece left to stick on. Let's do this. All right, looks like my background is all set. Looking pretty awesome, huh? Now, if I want my players to be able to move around the game board, I'm gonna need a track with different spaces and squares. And there's a few ways you can do this. The first way is going around the outside like this, with the start and finish in the same place. Another way is going in more of a zigzag pattern from top to bottom, like that. And another common way is going in loops and intersections with more than one possible path to go. Kind of something like that. As you can see, there's a whole bunch of different tracks you can pick from, and you can piece them together however you want. I think I want to do mine the traditional outside edgy way. That way, I can make my game more about going around and collecting lots of fun space stuff. So I'm going to start by sticking my pieces down with little loops of tape. That way, if I decide that I want to change it later or move it, I don't have to peel it off. And once I'm sure about it, I can stick it down with my glue stick. Next, we're gonna add some decorations to give our game some extra story. Are we brave adventurers? Master jewel thieves? And these decorations aren't just decorations. They can be used to create obstacles or rewards as our players pass by or over them. Now, I know I chose a space theme, but why not mix and match, right? I think I'm gonna go for a little astronaut buddy. Okay, and maybe one more astronaut. Maybe they're battling it out to find space treasure. I think I want to add a little bit more space stuff. think I'm happy with that. So our game has a board, a track, and some awesome decorations to give it some extra story. Now it's time to add special spaces. Special spaces are used in board games to either let a player know they're getting closer to their goal, or even to set them back. For example, one space might let you take a double turn, whereas another space might make you give half your points to another player. Special symbols can be used, like stars and happy faces, to let players know if they're landing on a space that's good, or one they really wish they'd avoided. You can even use matching cards to give players specific instructions that are super crazy and put them out of their way when they land on that space. I think I'm gonna put one little guy over here, and maybe a not so great space over here. Last but not least, we need game pieces for our players to be able to move around the board. Sometimes game markers have names or even look like real objects, and sometimes they even have special powers. For this one, I think I'm gonna keep it simple and cut out a few basic pins in different colors. So I'm just gonna grab my trusty scissors, and we'll put our players right here on the starting point. Beautiful. Okay, we've got just about everything we need. But now to name it. Let's see, I'm using space and I've got some aliens and astronauts, but I also used a castle thingy, so how about Royal Space Explorers? I like that. Gosh, I can't wait to play this game with my family and friends. And hey, who cares who wins, as long as we're all having fun. Speaking of having fun, I'd love to see what games you guys come up with on your own. Why not send a photo or two over to us here at the show? Just find your favorite social and post using the hashtag Printastic. We'll be on the lookout. And as always, make sure you get permission from an adult before you post online. All right, that's it for this episode of Inspiration is Printastic. Thanks for playing along with me. It's your turn. All right, see ya.